it is, Random Pals, and we're reviewing the PC engine game CADASH. This is actually probably my favorite PC engine game, or TurboGrafx 16, however you want to call it. It was made by the same company that made Lunar Eternal Blue, Working Designs, and Tato had a play in it. Now, it's a 1 or 2 player game, depending on if you have somebody to play it with you. And you get to pick between 4 classes. But if you're playing it solo, the one I suggest you play as is the Priest. Now, in this side scroller, you have no continues and no extra lives. You only have 1 run at it. The only way to heal yourself when you get too badly damaged is if you're lucky enough to, make it to a town and buy herbs. Now, the Priest has a heal spell, which is one of the reasons why they're one of the best ones to play as, especially solo, because the heal spell can really save your ass, especially at the start. Because you have no way to heal and no way to do anything until you make it to the very first town. Now, there's a Sega version of this game that's a little bit different, but the PC version of the game, I think, is overall the best version, because there's no time limit, none of the other limited bullshit, and it has more classes to choose from, because I think the Sega version, you don't have the choice of the Priest. But as you can see, it's a side-scroll adventure game. You can talk to the townspeople, but there's no point in talking to the people in the very first little area because they have nothing to it. You just battle your way through the dungeons and try to make it to the first town before you die. Otherwise, there's nothing you can do because there's no continues and no extra lives. So in order to actually get into the game, you gotta beat this first area without dying at all. Fucking hate the bats because they're really hard to see. They go above in the background, they happen in all of our reviews. This game has pretty good music and really good graphics for the system at that time. One thing I do suggest in this game is you want to build up a few levels at the very start. Because if you don't, you'll be way too weak to do the shit later. And of course, collect as much of the money bags as you can, because you'll be needing to buy a bunch of upgrades. Each character has their own set of equipment. So depending on who you choose to play as, depends on what equipment you can buy. God, I hate those bats. So depending on which equipment you buy, it depends on fucking what equipment you can buy. And I'll get myself all turned around. But yeah, depending on what character you play as, depends on the equipment is available to buy in each town. Now I suggest building up on these skeletons for a couple of levels, because you'll need it. Because as you can see at the very start, you're incredibly weak. And as you level up, you can gain new spells if you have a guy that can cast magic. Now in order to cast the spells, you gotta hold down your attack button. And there's a little rotating thing that will select the spell for you. So the more spells you have, the longer it may take to get the spell you want to cast. But, no, this is just one of my favorite TurboGrafx games. I played the arcade of this years ago. Then when I found out it was on Sega, and I used to play it on Sega, like I said, I like this version way better because there's no time limit. I mean, it's a lot more difficult. That's why I suggest building up a bit. Because if you don't build up, you're going to have a hell of a time later. There are several spots in the game that are good to build up on. This is one of them. Just because you can draw the enemies out singly, and if you have the right guy, you can attack them from a distance so they can't harm you. And after you gain a few levels, you'll be ready to move on. But the most important thing to remember on this game is when you get to the first town, make sure you have as many herbs as possible, because without the herbs, there's no way to heal yourself or revive. So the priest has healing magic, but your magic gets burned up fairly fast in this game. So you gotta be very careful on when and how you cast your spells. But yeah, if you can get past the tedious build-up at the start, which is not necessary, but I suggest it just to make getting through this first part easier, and actually give me a higher chance of making it to the actual game. You'll have a lot better of a time when you play this game. It doesn't take super long to do this grind, a couple of minutes maybe, but we're not going to go all the way to the levels and shit that I normally do at this point, because after all, it's a review, and I don't want y'all all too bored and switching off the video, which you probably do anyway, but it's your choice. Notice that most of my videos, people switch off too early before I even get to the good parts, but at least I still have some subscribers. I lost a few lately, but well, maybe eventually this YouTube thing will turn into something. But yeah, as you can see, the priest has heal spell. They see how quickly your magic drains. Yeah, you just see how quickly your magic drains, so you gotta be really careful with your casting. But now I have no way to heal, so there's all I got to go through this place. So I'll see if I can make it to the first town. Yeah, if you want to, you could build up at the bottom of this round, which is probably overall safer, but you have to be strong enough to get through the skeletons without getting damaged too much. And of course, there's this part with the fucking rolling eyeballs. But this part right here is the hardest part of the first stage, getting past these fucking spiders. If you get past these goddamn spiders, you have a lot easier of a time. Because those spiders are a pain in the ass. If you get past them, you have a higher chance of making it to the end. Yeah, it's gotta cross this fucking volcano bridge. But now you're on the first boss, which I consider this basically the introduction boss, because you can't even get to the game until you beat him. Yeah, the whole black bucket. See, level 4, I barely beat the guy. If I wouldn't have been at least level 4, I probably wouldn't have beat him. But now we're in the actual game where we get head to the first town. Yeah, now we're in the actual game where you can get information on for what you need to do from the people. And that's your first mission, is saving the girl from the Kraken. Of course, first thing you want to do is go to the end so you can heal yourself. And that other option is to revive someone if you're playing with a 2-player. And you can just go around town talking to people. Like, you get information on some of the places later, like the forest with the gnomes and all that shit, where we get to later if I have time. But you want to go to the weapon shop to upgrade whatever abilities you can upgrade at this point. Like, since I'm using the priest, I gotta buy the rope. No, wait. Yeah, so you can't buy anything unless you're the class to buy it. And the only thing you can buy in this first town for the fucking priest is an upgrade of weapon. But you can see the graphic changed slightly on my weapon provider there. So now I got a more powerful weapon. And like I said, I talked to all the townspeople if you want extra information on shit. But the second thing you need to do, like you go to the various buildings that really don't have anything to do with anything, but I already mentioned it has good music and graphics. Yeah, now that we got the blue key, we can go into the dungeon and try to save the girl. But before we do, we need to stop by the item shop. That way we can upgrade. That way we can buy all the shit we need to buy. You want to upgrade. Why did you say that? You want to get all the earth you can hold. That's very important. And also, all the antidotes you can hold would also be very important. Now, the items get used automatically in this game, so you don't have to go through an item list to use them. I'll go search the town while I'm at it, because there are some towns where you have to do stuff. Here we are. Now we're actually in the game. There we go. And you don't want to touch the water until you get the mermaid scale, otherwise the water will literally kill you. Now we're fighting fucking frogs. Ah. Fucking troglodytes throwing fucking followers. Now you can build up on these if you want to, but there's no real reason to, unless you just want to make sure you got a couple extra levels under your belt. But there's also where the game gets a little bit more difficult, even though if you're playing PC engine version, it starts off more difficult. Now you can attack in most directions. Oh, that damn, I'm getting my ass beat. Now with characters, you can attack in most directions, but you can only attack down when you're falling or jumping. But you can attack in all directions. Oh, I hate these things. This part is a pain in the ass. Ah. Nearly dead because of that. But no, if you've never played this game, it's worth playing. It's a really good game. I don't know if I'm gonna beat the Kraken, but we'll restore my health and try to beat the Kraken. Well, it was close, but we did it. They just followed her. Now there's nothing more to do there, and now you got the mermaid tail, you can go through the water. I'm probably not going to make it all the way through this game because I'm damaged too badly. It's going to be a rough one. But I'm playing as far as I can get. After all, I'm not doing my normal routine, but I'm just trying to do this as a review. But this game is definitely worth checking out. I suggest anybody that's a fan of PC Engine or just side-scrollers in general to play this game. Wow. And well, that just took pretty much all of our fucking herbs. We're definitely screwed now. My only hope is to make it back to town so we can fucking buy. Oh shit! Damn, mosquito bastards! I hate them things. They get the fuck out of here, and I'm poison. As you can see, things went horribly south there at the end, but no, this is a great game. I've actually beaten it, so I know I was fucking up. But there are 4 different heroes to choose from. Each has their own gear that you get at certain times and all that. And each has their own abilities. So definitely play this game if you never played it. If you like side scrollers, this game is an excellent one. It's challenging but fun. And it's definitely probably one of the best games, if not the best game on the TurboGrafx 16. Anyway, if you like my videos, please subscribe. This game is highly recommended. And I'll see y'all in the next video. One day I'm gonna figure out how to end these damn things. So anyway, y'all have a good night.